What up, Capricorn? It's your girl Kelly coming at you straight out of Boston for the Queen Bee Tarot. Boy, y'all, your shit is jumping this month. For the end of September into October 2018. I was getting some kind of heavy energy, a lot of complicated energy from you guys when I did the collective reading, and I was just out of, being nosy and having tarot cards, I started pulling. And the amount of repeat cards that you guys got and what they were, I don't even know what that was. The amount of repeat cards and what they were, like, just gave me a very, very heavy energy of things that are going on. So, from the very beginning, I'm taking, even my energies that I pulled in, Spirit's telling me that there's no new beginning coming in here. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, there's no new beginning here. You're walking away from what you thought was a karmic relationship, but indeed it's not. This is a fake soulmate. This is somebody who was either materialistic, really wanted money, someone you felt like you had to constantly watch. Okay, that's really driving me crazy. I don't know why it's doing that. Someone you constantly had to watch with material goods or money or access to a bank account. Could have very well been a wife or a husband, but they were there for money. I'm seeing that they were there for material gain, and it looked like you had a solid offer to make them, which was absolutely okay. That's driving me a little bit crazy, so we're gonna just shut it off. But there's a solid offer here coming up. It looks like you had made someone a solid offer of love, and abundance. You've got the Four of Coins, which is you kind of being miserly, holding on, saving. When I look at this, I see the coins are really jumping out at me. Every time I look at a deck, I see something new 27 years later. I say it all the time. But it's you being kind of miserly, and saving and saving and saving and putting away a major amount of abundance. That's what Capricorn and Earth signs are about, is abundance, saving, and making sure that, the homestead is taken care of. And it looks like, you really worked it out. You went through your budget, you saved a lot of money, and you had a really solid offer of stability to add. But at the very end of this, I had a card of somebody walking away from this offer. Or you, I'm going to say this could be you or your partner with this energy. I never know whose energy that I'm pulling in, but with this here, my twin flame card being in reverse, this is a false person. This is somebody who's very, very false, just looking to gain what they can from the situation. Maybe it's somebody you were looking to marry. You made that offer, and instead you found out some things and walked away. You found out they were using you for money or material or cars. I get a lot of material here. There's a lot of pentacles in this spread. This right here, showing up on the very first line of your spread is all pentacles here, and it's showing me you putting in the work and you saving. I see you saving money and, having something valid to offer somebody. But in the end, this person walked away, or you walked away. I get the feeling more that for the female, you may have made the offer, but I don't see like a response there. Like, it was just like the person didn't respond. They just walked away. Because I don't see another messenger here. This is a solid offer of, abundance and what you've been working hard for, Capricorn, and you made this offer, and then I just see either you or your partner walking away. And I've got the Hierophant card here, which is usually my institution, marriage type card. We'll put it that way, religious type card. Let me think. Also, you've got the Lovers coming up here, which is a choice, a major choice between two. Doesn't have to be between two, but it's a major choice. You may have seen what this person was all about before you took that plunge and decided no. Because we're looking at the Seven of Swords. This is our thievery card. And I feel like this person with this particular card, it's not that they were stealing, because maybe you gave them access, but they took advantage, is the feeling I'm getting. They took advantage of that access. They were taking large amounts of money or doing things with large amounts of money, and I feel like you had to make the decision to walk away. But the amount of cards that I have here that are repeat cards are unbelievable. So that's just the first line that I pulled right there. So that's the first line right there. And this was the card that answered at the end. When I pulled my favorite deck, of course, to clarify, we've got the Eight of Cups in the upright and the Eight of Cups in reverse. And then the High Priestess came up 2 times. And both times she's showing up in the reverse. So this tells me that your instinct was definitely involved here, and this was a huge lesson for you to learn. Whether you're male or female, there was a lesson here, and your instinct, you learned it. You learned it. Maybe you're too giving, and this time you listened to your instinct that something wasn't right. You may have noticed large amounts of money missing out of your bank account, or, you know, this person buying very expensive things without talking to you first. I see like expensive purses and shoes and things like that. Even shoes, maybe it's a guy as well. Expensive shirts. I just see like a lot of expense here. And you finally getting it. And this is a card of asking you, do you really want to be wishy-washy like this? You know? Also, you got duplicity cards here. So you've got yourself in the upright and you've got yourself in the reverse. So this is really asking you, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person who allows this person to walk over them? Or do you want to be the person that stands up for themselves and walks away? And it looks here like you learned your lesson, like you walked away. This person is not going to come back. I don't see you allowing them to come back. This is you walking away toward the truth of the situation instead of seeing the illusion of it. So the question is are you going to walk away or are you going to stay? Which one of these people do you want to be? When you're learning your lesson, which one of these people do you want to show up as? And, you know, the guidance here is definitely to listen to your intuition. You know, you can't show up duplicitly like that and expect a relationship to be normal or be functional, or, I'm sorry, my phone is super busy today, normal or functional or anything like that if you don't know how you want to show up. Do you want to show up as the King of Pentacles in the upright, who creates abundance and who creates opportunities like this for themselves and for whoever they're with? Or do you want to show up in the upright and have this as a messenger with the Lovers? So who are you? Who do you want to be, Capricorn? there were so many repeat cards here. There was definitely, I see why you walked away, probably a third party situation. Maybe your money was being used to drive these people around, or maybe it was being used to, excuse me, take advantage and buy stuff for someone else, and you caught this. I don't know. I'm getting very weird energies today. But this person definitely abused whatever privilege you gave them, whatever offer you made them. That was solid. I feel like they abused it. So this could be you or your partner. Somebody was abusing privilege here. And you got 2 3s. This is usually my third party situation card, but when it shows up with another third party, that tells me absolutely third party situation and a fake soulmate. So one of you was behaving like this. One of you is behaving in the sense that you used your partner and pretended to care, something along those lines. Now you've also got, these are actually reversed, the Knight of Coins. This is letting you know that while you were, I feel like when I'm looking at this card, while you were looking up here, it was what was going on down here that you missed. There was a messenger there. Maybe you had those red flags. You saw it all along with this partner, but you were so busy being enamored with this partner that you didn't realize that all of these things were going on down here. And that's why I feel like it's showing up in the negative. But it's telling you, hey, look. Even clarify, the High Priestess is letting you know you've seen the red flags, you knew they were there, you ignored them, and instead you're showing up all over the place. You can't figure out whether you're walking away or staying. It looks like you're bouncing back and forth. Same cards, reversed and in the upright. And then this is the slowest messenger in the world, letting you know, like, you've been doing this all along. Take a good look at this behavior of just doing, of that one thing of being enamored with someone and giving them access to everything. Meanwhile, you didn't see what was going on down here, is what I feel like happened when this situation occurred. So you didn't see all of this kind of fuckery and sneakery that was going on here. All of these games being played, all of these third-party situations, your money being spent on another individual, or, you know, you basically paying for your partner to go out with another person. Shows me here that you need to take a new mental journey on this. This is a lesson for you. With the Ace of Swords showing up here, this is a mental journey. It's a lesson for you. So your lesson here is to learn when to micromanage people and when not to. Because the other read I'm also getting for this, and I'll get to that in a minute, is because I'm reading very complicated ever since my head was smashed. This is letting you know, hey, you need to take a better look at what you're doing, because this person is not right for you. This person is happy being single. They're abusing the situation. They're happy being single, but using your money to do so. So you needed to take a better look at this situation. Now, the other read on these cards that I'm getting is that now this is general. So if this isn't you, throw it away. The other read I'm getting is that you made this offer, but then you were very miserly in the way you treated this person. They felt like an object, like part of the bank account and the house, and they felt counted. They felt like a trophy. You know, this shows you being kind of, when I look at it in a different sense of a different read, it shows that being miserly, kind of watching every move that someone is making, even though you've made this offer and you've made a stable offer, you've offered them this life with you, but you're monitoring every move that they're making And that is a Capricorn trait, being meticulous. So you're monitoring every move that they're making, and this has put them in a sense of not wanting to be there, the sense of wanting to walk away, which would explain why we see this. But also, you know, not wanting to walk away because they love and care for you and they accepted this offer for that reason. But they feel like you're counting them as maybe a trophy on a shelf, or, you know, you're counting them as one of your belongings, one of your material, instead of a human being with feelings. Now, this could be either you or your partner. Take it as you will. But then again, you've got two messengers. You got Knight of Cups here. I feel like this person let you know that it made them upset. That it was bothering them, because if you look, the horses here are fighting. So I feel like they let you know on multiple occasions that the way you were acting toward them was bothering them, was making them uncomfortable, was making them not want to be in the relationship, you know, and then you'd be like, oh no, it's fine, don't worry about it. But then you'd be back on this whole thing again and micromanaging them, to the point where it was like they couldn't even breathe. Because this can be seen as the skill card, but when I look at it, it's almost like I feel like you're watching every move that they're making. And it may even not just be money. You may be paranoid that they're cheating and they're not. And this card will let you know they're not. You've got Temperance here as well, that you're out of balance. Your karmic wheel is out of balance here. And I'm going to clarify those, but you got the slowest messenger. This person's been telling you how they feel, but you're not listening. So finally, they're acting immature and making the decision to just walk away and not even talk anymore. And it may seem immature to you, but after talking for so long and telling you how they were feeling, they felt that you weren't listening. It became immature. It became arguing. It became, you know, having to act sneaky when they didn't want to, because you were constantly on top of them and micromanaging everything they were doing. Whether it be an insecurity on your or their part, I don't know whether this is you or your partner, but it can be read as an insecurity as well. There's a deep insecurity there, so you were all over this partner about everything they were spending. Why were they there? Who were they with? What were they doing? And it got to the point where they felt they had to like sneak around just to have a normal life. And that made you more suspicious because they were sneaking around. So I don't even see this as them going behind your back. I see that they've been trying to tell you and tell you and tell you, but you weren't listening. So they felt like they had to be this person and be sneaky just to hang out with their girlfriends or hang out with their guy friends. And even still, they weren't doing anything wrong. But when you'd find out, you'd kind of go into these rampaging fits. I feel like a level of immaturity and fighting and sharpness here. On that level, this person won't be back. This person won't be back because you made them feel like them having a life outside of you was a third party. You cut off their communication with friends, family, their ability to go out and be independent, do their own thing. They're not going to come back because you made them feel like even being around their friends, they were doing something wrong to you. Even going out with their friends, they were doing something wrong to you. There's a huge insecurity here, whether it's you or whether it's them, I don't know. But you guys are going to have to leave it in the comments below. But they're not coming back because their lesson is learned. Yours isn't. Or the other way around, their lesson is learned. Your lesson is learned and theirs isn't. So this person will not be coming back around to you. And like I showed you earlier, the Two of Cups is also in this spread. But it would explain why you've got duality here. Why this person wants to walk away but doesn't. They want to walk away because they're tired of being treated like anytime they go out, they're cheating on you. Even if they're with their mom, their dad, their sister, their nieces and nephews, whatever they do, they're being made to feel like they're doing something wrong. And they're not. So they're fighting with themselves because you are coming up like this. 1 minute, everything's okay, no problem. And then the minute they step out the door to be with family or friends, the accusations start, they come home, the fights start, or you start calling them, texting them, who are you with, what are you doing? And they've never given you any reason to doubt them. But you're coming up as a duality, a dual personality, which is not Capricorn behavior typically. So this is an insecurity that you really need to work on. And I feel like this is on Capricorn's part because we've got the King of Pentacles in the reverse and the upright. So you're here for your reading, but it's letting you know this person didn't want to walk away from you, but they had to. You're coming up 1 minute, you're fine, and the next minute you're micromanaging the hell out of whatever they're doing. And they're not doing anything wrong, but they're being made to feel like they're doing something wrong. So in that case, they want to walk away. But you don't want them to have this independence. There's that jealousy there. There's that making them feel like they're doing something wrong just by wanting to even be alone. They're not coming back. They don't want to come back. So anything that you say to them, really at this point, they don't want to hear it. They really want you to just leave them be. They want to be single. They tried and tried, and they feel like you've micromanaged them and made them feel like they've done something wrong for a very, very long time. Okay, so like I said, that take that however you need to, throw the rest out. Let's see here. Sorry, we got a mixture of 2 decks of cards here. So you really need to be careful because in your relationships, it feels like you're bringing in old patterns with old relationships into new relationships. So your lesson here is to learn how to not micromanage people and also not to bring your old relationships into your new ones, because that's exactly what you did. It looks like you brought in an old pattern, an insecurity that someone else gave you, and this was a really good person for you, but they're done. They're walking away. There's no new beginning. Like I get the Ace of Wands in reverse is what Spirit's telling me. They were feeling stuck. They were feeling caged in. They walked away from a secure offer, which tells me that, you know, there was some serious issue there, because no person logically walks away from a good offer unless there's something more serious going on in the relationship. I feel like your Ace of Swords is definitely on love. Like you need a new approach with love. You need to figure out how to leave those things in the past. And please watch the planetary update that I just put out. It's in regards to things of this nature exactly. But they don't want to come back. So holding material over them, telling them they can have this or that isn't going to bring them back. It's just not. Okay, so I'm going to, like I said, we had Temperance upright and the Wheel in reverse. So I'm going to clarify on that. What is the best advice that we can give to Capricorn for October of 2018, please? I'm asking the Most High. What is the best advice that we can give to Capricorn for 2018 October? What is the best positive advice that we can give to Capricorn for October of, 2018? That was odd. My cards just wouldn't shuffle. What is the best advice that we can give to Capricorn for October of 2018. Please clarify temperance. Oh boy. Okay, so in the planetary video that I just did, like I said, Venus is going retrograde on October 5th in 2 days. And people are going to start feeling like they're going into this nostalgic period of naivety and wanting to remember that feeling of love with people, but not remembering what they did to hurt that person and why they're separated from that person. So this period is coming, and it's starting in 2 days, and it will last approximately about 6 weeks. And Venus in retrograde causes us all to look back on relationships. And at this point, our universal karmic lesson is, for every single sign, I don't give a shit who you are, to learn how to get right and treat people correctly. So Venus is here to remind you, while we're in Libra, the sun is in Libra, the scales, it's Libra's birthday right now. Venus is going retrograde to remind you, you need to reminisce on relationships and look back on what you did wrong and put your I'm sorry's out. If you don't feel like you have, let me just say it, if you don't have the fucking balls to call the person and say I'm sorry because of the way you treated them, then at least put an I'm sorry out to the universe. Say it out loud. Say that person's name. Give them some sort of closure. You'd be surprised how that energy reaches a person and does give them closure. But make sure you don't step out of balance here, because you've also got the Lovers. So I've been telling everyone, do not, under any circumstance, I don't give a shit what it is. I had to roll my eyes again. Start a relationship in the next 6 weeks, because that's what it looks like it's coming toward you, is people reminiscing and coming back this way, or you reminiscing and going back toward that person, being drawn to them magnetically due to the energy of Venus retrograde. They don't want to hear it. Put your I'm sorry out to the universe, or maybe you don't want to hear it. Maybe it was your partner. You don't want to hear it. Like I said, that read was very, very complex. Could have been you or your partner. I literally pulled in 2 different ways of reading that whole spread. So take what you can, leave what you can't. Throw the rest away. But this energy is coming, and it's going to force you to make a choice. And I have a feeling that choice is going to be whether or not to contact the person that you just let go and don't. Or, you know, you can make the choice to have a conversation with them, but this is what just fell out. This is what comes of that. So what I want you guys to see here is clarifying the Temperance card. We've got feelings of naivety with Venus going retrograde. We've got Temperance upright, and the feelings of victory of, you know, Venus going retrograde, the naivety, the love, the, you know, reminiscent. Everybody's going to be reminiscent, and you're going to have a choice here. So you can either talk to this person again, and this is what always comes out of it, because they are a soulmate, a fake soulmate. Or for some of you, a real soulmate gone bad. If you were the person that was constantly ridiculing them, this is the soulmate gone bad, and this is the way they're going to feel. They're not going to want to talk to you. Or you're not going to want to talk to them based on whoever's energy was pulled in there. So I'm telling you, leave it alone. Don't start a relationship for at least another 2 months. Make sure that energy is cleared out and on its way before you do. Otherwise, you and Bebe are going to have some serious problems. Please clarify the wheel in reverse for me. Why is that here? Why is Capricorn seeing the wheel reverse at this time? What is the best energy for them? Whoa. Shit's jumping. But at least it didn't jump on the floor, because it's hard to get. Okay. Well, you've got the wheel in reversed because you're coming up in the reverse again. You're coming up pulling in the you're pissed. You're pissed. And you're pulling in the worst energy possible. Aside from the King of Wands, you've got the King of Swords, you've got the King of Wands in reverse. This is not a nice person. This is Aries, Leo, Sag, mad as hell. Sharp, cold as ice, mean, just unhappy. And you have the wheel reversed, reminding you not to get stuck there. You have two messengers. You've got an action messenger telling you to take action physically and to take action mentally, because you are coming up in the reverse. You need to take action mentally and physically to get yourself right on the wheel again. So if you're feeling some kind of way about the way this person left you, or you're feeling some kind of way about the relationship still, because I know Capricorn, you tend to hang on to things. You're very emotional deep down inside. You don't throw it out there for everyone to see, but you hurt very deeply because you love deeply. So it's reminding you, don't get stuck in this energy, because the King of Pentacles reversed with the upright, you're coming across as both mixed messages, you're confusing people. But if you get stuck in this energy, it's warning you, you're going to have a down spiral right here. You've got two messengers. That would be me. You've got someone showing up as a fire sign, but swift delivery with the air sign energy. And I'm quite often doing that. I don't sugarcoat shit for anybody. Nor will I ever. So get right. It's reminding you, hey, you can stay stuck here. You can stay mad. You can stay like a petulant child. You can stay pissed off. You can stay wishing karma on someone. But the only thing you're doing is bringing karma back on yourself. So be careful what you're putting out in the wheel. Because when it goes upright, it does turn back around. And it comes back 10 times worse. So that's what I have for the regular tarot cards for you guys. I hope that resonated with some of you, because that was a difficult read. The energy in that was crazy. What I have for you next is something that has yet to be seen on this channel only a couple times, and may only be seen on this channel a couple times, depending. Readings with these are generally more. This is my power deck. This is goddesses and sirens, and then titans and gods mixed together. It is a power deck. It is very, very strong. It has only done 3 or 4 readings. I have been shuffling it since January, and it hasn't called out to do a reading until the other day, very specifically for someone. And then it's been calling out every day ever since. So I think this is the gods and goddesses, titans, sirens way of letting us know, like, hey, get your shit together, because we're coming through here soon. In a couple weeks, probably about 6 weeks, and we're going to wipe it all out. So these are the major things you need to work on. So give us the best advice for Capricorn for October of 2018, the beginning of October of 2018. What does Capricorn need to know? I'm going to pull 6 cards. What does Capricorn need to know for October of 2018, the beginning of October 2018, please? What does Capricorn need to know? These are so big, I can't even shuffle them. I literally have to, like, shuffle them sideways to even get, like, a decent shuffle. The cards are huge, and they are major energy, so I can see kind of why they want to come out right now, because you guys only have a few weeks to be working on these lessons to get it right before that energy comes up again. Oh boy. Alright. These are the ones that want to be out, so I'm going to leave them out, because I'm not arguing with that. These cards are no joke, and when they want to speak, they want to speak, and right now they want to speak. And they want to speak to you. Okay, so give me 3 more cards for Capricorn. The beginning of October 2018, please. Okay. So, like I said, I wasn't going to argue with the first line, and you'll probably see why. You've got Hades, which is death. He is telling you either get rid of your bad habits, get rid of the people in your life that are negative, get rid of the things you need to get rid of, or I'm going to come through and change it for you. And I've been trying to tell you guys this. When they do it, it's not nice. This is not particularly an energy or a force you want to work with. But when he rips through your life, you will know it. So he's letting you know that there's cycles. I'm trying to get rid of the glare. There are cycles, and you need to move with those cycles, or you will be forced to move with the universe. You can't go against the grain with the universe. It does not work. So either make those changes, those insecurities about yourself that we were just talking about, the micromanaging, holding on to old grudges, change those things before Hades comes through and changes them himself. The next card we have is Helios, which is cycles. And that's another reminder that you're going through cycles. You need to be able to let go of each cycle to move on to the next. And you're not doing that because you're not trusting yourself enough when to let go. You're not trusting yourself enough mentally that you're healthy to let go. You need to learn to let go, or, oh gosh, these cards are so new. He's going to come in and do it for you. Go through your cycles. Learn your lessons. Understand why that relationship may have ended. What could you also have done? You're not going to take all the blame, but again, there's the, two sides of the story, and in the middle there's the truth. You have to learn to trust yourself with the goddess Rhiannon. She's a very strong Irish goddess that reminds you to trust in yourself. Remember who you are. Who do you want to be, Capricorn? This is the question she asks you. And I like when this happens because it backs up my reading and it lets me know that I'm on the right path and I'm giving you the most updated, best positive information I can give. Next you have is Helen of Troy, beauty. So you need to start seeing the beauty in life again. Stop being so negative. When Capricorn goes through a hard time, they tend to be extremely, extremely negative about everything. You need to start seeing the beauty in things again. Don't stay stuck in that negativity. Don't stay stuck in that King of Wands energy. It's a nasty energy. Start seeing the beauty in life again. Literally stop and smell the flowers, Capricorn. Get your shit together. The next thing you have is Achilles, confidence. Get your confidence back up there. For those of you who are smothering and being very meticulous and riding your partner's ass all the time, get that confidence. You're a Capricorn. You're stable. You've got a great job. You have a lot to offer. You're very loving. Get that confidence back up. Stop stalking your partner like they're, it's crazy. Stop it. Stop. Get your shit together. And the last one is Hera, commitment. This is you needing to work on that commitment. I don't care if it's you that was doing that to your partner or your partner that was doing it to you. You need to make better decisions. When Hera comes along, she talks about making better decisions with your love life. She talks about better decisions with commitment, who you commit to, the level of commitment that you're making. Understand that level of commitment. Don't step out of that commitment without first letting your partner know. Don't cheat. Don't create third-party situations. Or be aware enough to listen to the high priestess who showed up twice to tell you, listen to your intuition. Look at who you're committing to before you commit. Everything that glitters isn't gold. So that there is your reading, Capricorn, for the beginning of October. I'm sorry I'm being harsh, but everyone's lessons need to be learned. Everyone needs to hear their thing. If your readings aren't, sorry, these cards are so big. If your readings aren't matching up with you, check back in about 2 or 3 days, maybe a week. Wait for Venus retrograde to go into retrograde, and then take a look at your readings on my page again, and then make your decision. But you've got 2 days before Venus goes retrograde and all hell breaks loose. And you're going to have exes running all over the place, through your nightmares, through your house, all over your phone. So, you know, really get yourself in line with what you need to learn. If it's not vibrating right now and it's not resonating right now, it probably will be in a week. So come back and look at your reading in a week. That's all I got for you, Capricorn. This is Kelly coming at you straight out of Boston for the Queen Bee Tarot, and I'll catch you on the flip.